everyone, welcome to the lecture series of Mobile Computing and Wireless Communication. I am your instructor, Ms. Alparpal. So today we are going to learn about GSM. So what is GSM? Before that, first of all we will learn about frequency reuse concept, and then after we will learn what is GSM and GSM specification, and last, frequency reallocation or allocation in GSM. So basically, frequency reuse. So what is frequency reuse? As we have learned in cellular network, that all the geographical area is subdivided into a subpart, and that parts are known as cells. Now we are establishing antennas on that center of the cell. Now each antenna will be assigned some specific frequency values. Now that specific frequency values will be must be reused. Likewise, suppose we are having 1 to 100 megahertz of frequency range available, then for different antennas we must divide that available frequency range and we must give that frequency to on the different antennas. So this concept is known as cellular network. Now why we are thinking about frequency reuse? So efficiently we can utilize the available frequency band. Okay. So basically if we are increasing the frequency reuse, then the number of users will also be increased. So we can see that. Okay. Now the basic fundamental, one definition which is very much of important, that is handover. So whenever we are on ongoing conversation, at that time we are going from one cell to another cell. Okay, we are going from one cell to another cell. At that time, automatic channel change can occur, and this phenomena is known as handover. Okay, automatic channel change occurs and that phenomena is known as handover. So basically, handover will contain our ongoing conversation or voice call. Okay, while we are moving. So ultimately, it is very much of important. We will learn handover in detail in the further lectures. So likewise, in example, suppose we have taken the frequency ranges from 1 to 100 megahertz. Okay, now we are creating with cell 1 available frequency is 1 to 25 megahertz, cell 2 with 25 to 50 megahertz, cell 3 with 51 to 75 megahertz, and cell 4 with 76 to 100 megahertz. Now the question arises that in FDMA network, while we were dividing our frequency, available frequency, we had created one gap, that was the interference or guard space gap. Okay, but in frequency reuse, in this cell fundamental, we are not separating any of the frequency for an interference not to be occur purpose, but we are doing that fundamental directly into the frequency planning. Likewise, you can see that no neighboring cell can have the same frequency which a particular cell is having. So ultimately we can see, we'll see in diagram, suppose any of the cell with cell number 1 in a darker block, we can see in cell 1 no neighboring cell is having the cell 1 frequency. Okay, so this is the concept of frequency reuse or frequency or interference reduction in the cellular network. Okay, we are reusing our frequency. Likewise, the same frequency which is we have given to the cell 1 is repeated after some interval of distance, and that distance is known as frequency reuse distance, capital D. And a cluster or all the number of cell which is having total available frequency range covered is known as cluster. Okay, total available frequency is covered is known as cluster. Now in our example, the cluster size, that is capital K, is 4. Okay, the cluster size which is capital K is 4. So ultimately the frequency reuse is complete. Now the question rises, how we can use the frequency in GSM? So first of all, what is GSM? Ultimately in earlier 1980s, basically NMT has Standard had created one digital communication second generation technology, and that technology is known as the GSM. Priorly in 1982, it was named as Group Spatial Mobile. It was specifically created for the globalization purpose of the mobile communication technology. So basically, after some time, it was renamed as Global System for Mobile Communication. Further, it was named as Group Spatial Mobile. Then after it was renamed as Global System for Mobile Communication. Now GSM specification. First of all, the available frequency range of GSM is 50 megahertz. So now we had learned on the mechanism of multiple access. So we had learned regarding to the FDMA, then TDMA, okay, CDMA, SDMA. In FDMA and TDMA, we had learned regarding to the FDD, that is frequency division duplex, and TDD, that is time division duplex. Okay, so now we are using that all fundamental in this mechanism also. Likewise, we are having the available frequency range 50 megahertz, but we must need to reduce our available frequency, so we will divide this frequency range. Okay, we will divide this frequency range according to our multiple access mechanism. So firstly, we are dividing our available frequency range into two parts according to the FDD with 25 megahertz for uplink and 25 megahertz for downlink. From available bandwidth, that is 50 megahertz, we are dividing 25 megahertz for uplink and 25 megahertz for downlink. And the available frequency range of uplink is 892.915 megahertz, and for downlink is 935 to 960 megahertz. There is a gap or interval between this to 45 megahertz of gap. So ultimately the next step is what? Only we are thinking about only single parameter, that is suppose thinking of uplink only. Okay. So now we are having 25 megahertz of uplink. Now from that uplink, we are dividing our available frequency of 25 megahertz into different subparts. Okay, so we are dividing 25 megahertz into 200 kilohertz single channel. So total available channel will be 125 channel. Okay, we are dividing our 25 megahertz by single channel which is carrying 200 kilohertz. So total number of channels will be 125 channels. So from this 125 channel, one channel will be separated for SOS calls. So we are available with the 124 channel. Now according to the TDMA, we will divide our available frequency channel into the time slot. So we will divide 124 channel into the time slot by 8 time slot. So ultimately we will have total 992 channels. 992 channels for uplink and 992 channels for downlink. Okay, 992 channels for uplink and 992 channels for downlink. So at the same time we can accommodate this number of users by GSM. So the frequency allocation in GSM, we can see that here we are having what? 124 channels for uplink, 124 channels for downlink. After TDMA, we can divide it into, we can have total number of 992 channels for uplink and 992 channels for downlink. Now we can see that in a GSMA, TDMA frames, total 8 number of time slot in a single channel. So we are only seeing for the one time slot. In this time slot, we are having guard space, then tail bits, then user data, then as training, as user data and tail. So ultimately this tail bit is having 3 bits of data. So this whole channel, TDMA whole single time slot is of 577 microsecond, from which 30.5 microsecond is for guard space. So 15.25 for left side and 15.25 for right side. So total 13.5 for microsecond for the guard space. Now the 3-bit stale bit contains the error correction mechanism parity bit, extra parity bits. And 57-bit plus 57-bit is carrying user data. Now bit S. This S bit is basically for what kind of data this particular time slot or time frame is carrying. So suppose S value is 0, then it is carrying the control information. Suppose S value is 1, then it is carrying the user data information. And next one is training bits, which is of 26 bit. This bit is basically for the synchronization purpose. So this is the fundamental of frequency allocation in GSM. So today we had learned regarding to the, first of all, frequency reuse, okay, which we have already learned some of the fundamental in the cellular network. Then after we had learned regarding to the handover, okay, we will learn the handover in detail in next lectures. Then after we had learned what is GSM, okay, GSM is very much of important. Like GSM, nowadays we are using our SIM card that is based on GSM technology. We are using GPRS, which is also based on GSM technology. Okay, we are using the SIM card and we are having different generation also. That generation will also be depend on this GSM architecture. Okay, which is already established. Handover we will learn in detail. Then after next one is what? We had learned regarding to the frequency allocation in GSM. How we are reusing the frequency according to multiple access fundamental, FDD, FDMA, FDMA and TDMA. According to it, 992 channels for uplink and 992 channels for downlink. So thank you. We will meet in our next lecture.